But it's the association, the translation of the recording into an emotional complex.
How is it, that's just the point, how is it to end this emotional response when I meet you next time you who have hurt me? That's the problem.
That's the place from which we, in the practical order, in our relation to ourselves, must then begin.
Yeah.
Exactly. There is an aspect of this that interests me very much in terms of the relation between the theoretical and the practical.
Sir, to me, theory has no reality.
Well, let me put it this way.
Theories have no importance to a man who is actually living.
May I say what I mean by theory? I don't think I mean what you think I mean by it. I mean theory in the sense of the Greek word theoria, spectacle. What is out there that I see. And the word is therefore very closely related to what you've been talking about in terms of knowledge. And yet it is the case that if we see something, that something is registered to us in the mind in terms of a likeness of it. Otherwise, we should have to become it in order to receive it, which in the material order would annihilate us. It seems to me, if I followed you correctly, that there's a profound confusion in one's relationship to that necessity for the finite being and what he makes of it. And insofar as he's making the wrong thing of it, he's in desperate trouble and can only go on repeating himself. And in such a repetition, increasing despair. Have I distinguished this correctly?
You see, religion is based on tradition. Religion is vast propaganda, as it is now. In India, here, anywhere else, propaganda of theories, of beliefs, of idolatry, worship. Essentially based on the acceptance of a theory.
Yes, yes.
Essentially based on an idea.
A statement, a postulate.
I mean, there are ideas put out by thought.
Right.
And obvious, that's not religion. And so, religion as it exists now is the very denial of truth.
Yes, yes, I'm sure I understand you.
And if a man like me or like wants to find out, discover what the truth is, he must deny the whole structure of religion as it is, which is idolatry, propaganda, fear,
yes,
division, you're Christian, I mean, all that nonsense, and be a light to oneself. Not in the vain sense of that word, or light, because in darkness, the world is in darkness. And a human being that has to transform himself has to be a light to himself. And light is not lit by somebody else.
So there's a point at which he must stop repeating himself. Is that correct?
Correct.
In a sense, we could use the analogy perhaps from surgery. Something that has been continuous is now cut.
Yes.
And cut radically. not just fooled around,
Sir,
but really cut.
We haven't time to fool around anymore.
Exactly.
The house is on fire. At least I feel this enormously, that things are coming to such a pass, we must do something, each human being. Not in terms of better houses, better security, more this and that, but basically to regenerate himself.
But if the person believes that in cutting himself from this accretion, that he is killing himself, then he's going to resist that idea, isn't he?
Of course, of course. Therefore he has to understand what his mind has created. Therefore he has to understand himself.
So he starts observing.
And himself.
Himself.
Which is the world.
Yes. Not learning 5 languages to be able to construe.
That's all I know about. No.
Yes. Yes.
Or going to schools where you learn sensitivity and all that rubbish.
The point that you're making, it seems to me, is made also by the great Danish thinker Kierkegaard, who lived a very trying life in his own community, because he was asking them, it seems to me, to undertake what you're saying. He was saying, look, if I go to seminary and I try to understand what Christianity is by studying at my desk, then what I'm doing is appropriating something here. But then when do I know when I've appropriated it fully? I shall never know that point. Therefore I shall forever appropriate it and never do anything